this is R.D.G. Today is another toy review, and of course, I'm still trying to get all this cleared up so I can continue with my toy hunts. So today, I'll be reviewing the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Deluxe Class Scorponok. And no, not the Titan Class Scorponok, but the Predacon Scorponok from Beast Wars. So, let's see. Looks realistic like a scorpion for Scorponok. Let's see. On the side, usual. In the back, we get to see two accessories and his transformation into this. So, let's see. Without further ado, yeah, I think I'm just gonna, I don't know. Without further ado, let's get this done.
1 hour later.
And here we got Scorponok in his, well, we got Scorponok right here. So, Scorponok right here, he's a short stack. Obviously, he is a short stack. And the problem is, to get this freaking chest piece inside, it's fucked. Like, oh, man, I'm basically ruining a bit of a transformation. Like, goddamn. Son of a bitch.
2 hours later.
Okay, so we got Scorponok back again. Well, finally fixed. So, we're just gonna start off with some accessories. Of course, let's start off. Every Kingdom's figure come with this. Of course, the Kingdom... Well, this card with a glossy finish of Optimus Prime and the Autobot. And this, let's see what this one is. Ooh, obviously, we see Primal, Rhinox Eraser, and B, basically Optimus and the Maximals teaming up. Yeah, so these cards contain spoilers for the Netflix series, so I'm just gonna keep them all like this. So we should be there. Oh yeah, and for further accessories, he gets the Cyber Bee. Of course, if we've seen in the cartoon, we see that Scorponok was able to attach one to Optimus Primal and made him go guerrilla warfare. Kind of like that episode. So, of course, if you want to at least like attach it, all you gotta do is open his claws and you'll see a hole and you peg it in like this. You take the Cyberfly in and you close it. Sweet. But you also get another set of accessories like dual missiles. Of course, you do the same with the other hand. Well, with the other claw, actually. So you just hold this. Oop. You peg that in. And boom. Scorponok's completely decked out. But, of course, like the previous review, Megatron, we got a little something special. Of course, I need to bring out someone else. So, for this, we're doing with the DK-29, which involved Dinobot, Scorponok, and Black Arachnia. Of course, these accessories, let's just say it's not much. I feel like but most of it's for Dinobot. Such a shame. Such a shame. I still need to find Dinobot for that to work. But I guess I could spoil one of them, if possible. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. So I'm just basically spoiling part of the size comparison with Black Arachnia, because of course let's just say I never had the upgrade kit until now, and of course I need a black, or at least like while I had Black Arachnia. So if you want to watch the Black Arachnia video, down in the description below is where you can find the link to it. But we shall begin with at least two of their accessories. And I guess the accessories are just weak. It's just a little weak. For Black Arachnia, you get to have this cable and hook. So basically the visor, of course, if you don't know, was from the near season finale of Beast Wars. So of course you gotta attach this visor to her head. I don't know which side, but maybe like this side, and then just okay, Yeah, I'm actually kind of bad at this. Because I don't want to break this. Huh. Okay, I feel like it's basically my copy, and I think it's because, I don't know, it just won't fit. It just doesn't fit in her head. Of course, that's not the only thing that can't fit. I forgot it's November. Crap. Maybe later. But aside from that, Black Arachnia is, well, that's just the upgrade kit for Black Arachnia. But for Scorponok, we are going back to Scorponok. But the unfortunate part is I don't have Primal with me. Because this is what comes with Scorponok. Some of you don't know, some of you do. Some who don't, let's just bring back the Cyber Bee. Back out from this. And then we attach the Cyber Bee. Right here. And then boom. The Cyber Bee kind of looks a bit more menacing than just how it used to be. Of course, once you can still plug it into Scorponok, but the only problem is you can't close it in all entirely. It's basically visible, no matter which way you put it. But of course, like I said, I don't have Primal, so you can recreate guerrilla warfare with the Cyber Bee inside, well, on Primal. So, yeah, that's basically it. So, if you don't want the accessory, okay. Of course, what you want to do is, of course, I'm going to have to spoil part of the transformation to open the chest for Scorponok, and then place this component inside. Okay, I think I need to know which way. Okay, so I basically got it in. It's just that you gotta open the chest of Scorponok and then place it in there. Yeah, it's something different. So it's, I don't know, it's just feels unnatural. It just feels unnatural. But I think I'm gonna have to spoil a part of Dinobot's upgrade kit. But I mean, it's not basically an upgrade. It's basically an accessory. So accessory, it would be the golden disc. The golden disc from Beast Wars. And it says the sounds of Earth right here. Carved in there like this. And of course, we could have Megatron hold it, or any Maximal or Predacon hold it. But it just feels like a coin. A real shiny coin. But we're just gonna have to stick with this Scorponok at the moment. The painting and the sculpting on Scorponok looks amazing. He almost looks like he's ripped straight out of the cartoon with the paint job, with a mix of the realization of a scorpion. So as I said before, Scorponok does kind of look a bit no, not G1, Beast Wars accuracy to it, but the only problem is that the stinger right here, it's a bit of it's a weak stinger compared to the cartoon. And the fact that Scorponok is a bit shorter, it's a bit downplaying. And a bit of a head sculpt right here. I mean, like, this is supposed to be Scorponok. I mean, like, yeah, the lips, does not look well for this guy. But of course, this version of Scorponok is from Beast Wars, obviously. And surprisingly, he's supposed to be the most loyal Predacon for the Beast Wars Megatron. And of course, that's only for the first season. He is mostly comedy relief character, aside from with Waspinator. And not to mention the fact that Scorponok has he's a half scientist and half second in command to the Predacons. And I gotta say though, I feel like, I mean, like, compared to Scorponok, I feel like he's he's like the future ancestor of the Earth from the giant Scorponok. Which, if you want to see that, Scorponok, that video will be in the description below. So, not to further ado, I mean, like, everything about Scorponok kind of is I mean, like, he is okay. Everything looks good. Not bad. With a bit of a gold skeletal legs texture, but the back, ugh, it looks weird. Especially with the red legs. Yeah, it feels weird at all. But let us not forget about, well, I don't know what to say. Well, I don't know, because let's just say this version of Scorponok, huh, he's gotta be the shortest Scorponok in all of them, in fact, because let's just say that nobody knew much about him in the past anyway. But I'm kind of glad that they brought back Scorponok in the Netflix series, alongside with Megatron, Dinobot, and Black Arachnia. Of course, they could have at least added the Pterosaur into the mix, for Pterosaur and Starscream to, plot against the Megatrons, of course. And for Scorponok, I mean, he could have at least had some lines to make that character unique instead of just a mindless thug who just blind loyalty and, well, not exactly blind, but just stupidity of loyalty that's just, uh, man, that just awards you with nothing. I mean, this Scorpions. I mean, I know there's some other upgrade kits. I mean, they should have at least added any more, more just, I don't know, just more upgrades for Scorponok instead of just one for that one episode for in Beast Wars. They could have just, you know, leg extensions to make him taller a bit, or at least maybe larger or even more accurate claws, like in the Netflix series. And yeah, that I feel like those are just missed opportunities for. Yeah, those sound like missed opportunities. Ouch. So basically, with the let's just say with the possibility done and everything that needs to be said and done, how about we finish Scorponok's robot mode with size comparison? So here we got Scorponok with Dracodon, along with Rat Trap, along with Rhinox, and finally Tigertron. And that will be it for the Maximals. But now let's get on with the Predacons. Of course, we got the twin vertebrate. I previously mentioned Black Arachnia, the fossilizer Paleotrex, and the third fossilizer from the Predacons, Rectonite. And then we got the doppelganger Shadow Panther. The second, the second comic relief Waspinator. And finally, the most important one of them all, the leader of the Predacons himself, and Scorponok's boss, Megatron. Yes. Okay, I'm just trying to do some voice comparisons with everyone. So, that is it for size comparison, but we shall begin with transformation. But to do so, we're gonna need some specific instructions. Obviously, you know where this is going. And I kind of wish they had tarantulas in the kingdom. So, without further ado, I shall begin the transformation of Scorponok. And I'll be back as soon as I'm done.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
And I guess we got Scorponok. Wow. He looks almost like a real life scorpion. Unlike the cartoon accuracy of here. But I can understand what Kingdom are trying to do. Trying to make at least realistically accurate for Kingdom's Beast Wars figures instead of the goofy, pupiled, or even real cartoonish looks. But I can see where this is going. I mean, the last one was freaking Megatron, so of course it will be Scorponok the next day. So, might as well, Mas. At least the leader and the kiss ass. And let's be honest though, Scorponok is the big kiss ass at this point. Hi. I do not know why they had to make Scorponok a bit of a kiss ass. But I guess it's because, I guess it's because his name is Scorponok, and I thought, maybe the descendant of the gigantic Scorponok. But at least if I hold him like, I don't know, it feels like if I hold him up like in the palm of my hand, like this, it will be like, oh my god, the biggest scorpion I have ever held. And of course, like I want to go back to the Stinger. The Stinger is, looks crappy. It looks crappy. I mean, like, let's be honest though. Kind of like the whole. At least they got the colors right a bit. And I look at the face though. Look at the face. It looks weirdly inaccurate too. Does it look really inaccurate to the Scorpion? Comment down below if you think so or not. Because if you are a biologist or at least a zoologist, you can comment below to see. But of course, if we open back up, of course, you can still store the missiles. But of course, I refuse not to because, let's be honest though, storing some in there is a bit of a pain in the ass to do so. But if we bring back the DNA accessory like this, there's no way to plug him into the Scorpion form. So, yeah, it is. But I kind of get the whole, like, the whole middle part with the Scorpion legs, like, attached from one on both, instead of, like, individually, because, of course, individually, the legs are going to be a bitch. So, I might as well at least get used to this. And I know there was an upgrade kit where to upgrade the Stinger instead. They should have at least added more accessories to Scorponok. Or even something else like Black Arachnia. Because obviously we bring this back. Yeah, there's nothing to do with any of this. I feel like most of the accessories from that pack is mostly for Dinobot. So, we're going to have to settle in with this Scorpion. So, I mean, like, I don't got much to say about the Scorponok, aside from the gray, dark, or even a bit of a bright violet, and a bit of red into the mix. So, of course. And of course, if we look a bit underneath, it's weird. Especially if you flip him up like that. Especially since you cannot do anything, at least anything, with Scorponok. I mean, like, God, I feel like he's trying to kick himself in the face, like, in this position. Like, my God. Fuck, hell. That must have feel like torture. But of course, at least there's another Predacon added to the ranks of Megatron. And I kind of like that we got to see Scorponok return in the Kingdoms show. But of course, Scorponok didn't have like any lines or anything. Although I kind of wish they add like a bit of Pterosaur Tarantulas into it. I mean, like, I get it that they don't want to add more characters aside from Black Arachnia, Megatron, well, the Beast Wars, Megatron, and Dinobot, along with the Maximals. So I guess, like, giving, like, adding Pterosaur to join in with Black Arachnia and Starscream, so that way, Pterosaur and Pterosaur and Starscream will have something in common. Well, like thwarting Megatron's plan, or even overthrowing Megatron. And maybe even add like Tarantulas to replace Shockwave for but Shockwave, but that will be for another story when or at least if I can find Scorponok. No, not Scorponok, Tarantulas. which he is part of the Legacy Rave. So we're just gonna stick to Kingdoms for the moment. And I gotta say though, needs a little bit of a dry brush to make this Scorpion a bit more, a bit accurate, to give it a bit of dirt, so, or at least something to make it look like it's not actually like, you know, a like it's a fake Scorpion instead of make it look realistic. I'm sorry, I just don't know what to say. I mean, like, you can move the legs, the arms, the tail, the stinger, the claws, and possibly the head if you, yeah, I guess maybe the head a little, but, God. Maybe not, maybe or maybe not, but either way, God, it feels limited. God, Scorponok's alternate mode looks fairly limited. And I gotta say though, I feel like this Scorponok is a bit of a disappointment for me. So let's bring back out the ruler, because we're finally gonna do another size comparison with the Loyal Predacon. So here we got all of the Maximals, or at least most of them, and all the Predacons. And my god, this is gonna be so much, especially next week. So that is it for Pterosaur. No, not Pterosaur, Scorponok. Next week will be Pterosaur. Or maybe, maybe next week it'll be different. Because, let's just say, I might change it up a little next year. If you want to know the secret, you're gonna have to wait till the end of the year to find out. So, it will be it for Scorponok right now.